Hi, for those of you who don't know, we input into a Bank of England panel which collates various information and statistics of small businesses. And recently they've done a COVID business impact tracker, and I just wanted to share some of the results from that that have come out. Really, what the information from a cross section of businesses is saying is that overwhelmingly, as you might expect, businesses are saying that they would experience a large negative or a small negative impact over the next year. But interestingly, actually, about 25% of businesses either had no impact or a small positive impact. So quite polarised, overwhelmingly negative, but some people reporting that they expect to see a large positive in there, or no impact at all, which was interesting in the survey which was conducted in March. Over the course of the survey, as March progressed and people responded to the survey inputting information like us, pessimism grew over the course of March as more information came out about COVID. Obviously, the number of cases rose and pessimism grew, which is hardly surprising. So you can see here that towards the end of March, that actually 97% of respondents were saying that there was likely to be a large negative, which is over 10% impact to their business over the coming year. So unfortunately, pessimism building. By industry type, if you looked at all the kind of respondents representing different industries, it's probably no surprise that accommodation, leisure and tourism were sort of worst expected to be hit, with 2/3 of those businesses saying they were going to see a large negative impact, and that admin support and sort of health industries at the bottom seeing less than half that probability of a large negative, and then everything in between really in there. So consider your industry and whether it's fundamentally exposed to sort of the negative impact of COVID. COVID is now the largest source of uncertainty for business. There was over half of businesses say it has raced up to the number one position as their biggest contributor to uncertainty, and that certainly that has progressed from February in terms of uncertainty contribution. In February, people were not really paying too much attention to COVID and saying it was fairly low on the very high stakes, as you can see in the top graph here. Fairly low respondents in terms of like a very high impact, and of course that's completely changed in March as more has unwound again. Perhaps not unsurprisingly, but things are obviously information's coming out and businesses are taking a dimmer view of prospects and impact. I think Brexit is really now playing second fiddle to COVID on an uncertainty scale. So the Bank of England have been tracking Brexit uncertainty for some time, and in that top right-hand graph you can see Brexit uncertainty over sort of the last 18 months or so has been relatively high at 50 to 60%, but COVID has romped in there with a sort of 80% number in the last month or so, and has hugely overtaken Brexit as the largest single source of uncertainty for businesses. We might just stop talking about Brexit for a little while. Thanks for listening to all of that. How can we help if you're currently thinking about how this has impacted your business? Well, we can rebudget your business with you, look at cash management, provide great management information to make smart decisions during this this crisis. We've been helping apply and evaluate for loans, particularly the CBIL loans. We've also been reviewing COVID support options for businesses and putting action plans into place, and generally being a finance partner. So thanks to the Bank of England. This data was brought to you by the Bank of England panel, which we feed into. And just over on the right hand side, you can see the different industries that fed in, if you want, where the data came from. So nearly 8,000 feed-ins to this data across a variety of industries. Thanks a lot.